Philadelphia cream cheese. I'm Jen McNabb and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I want to thank you so much for letting me show you my zesty lemon pasta Alfredo. What makes this recipe unique is the cream cheese and lemon zest, and I'll show you that in a minute. It's an absolute wow. So in this recipe, I've got rotini pasta, I have some chicken broth, some milk, the Philadelphia cream cheese, some garlic, and like I said earlier, the lemon zest. And I've also added broccoli. I'm a mom of 2 growing boys, and anytime I can sneak in a vegetable of any kind, I do it. Showstopper of this. So here I've got 6 tablespoons of butter, just over medium heat. And I'm gonna add a whole diced small onion. You can use white onion, you can use red onion, you could even use Vidalia onion. It doesn't matter. And I'm gonna go ahead and sweat this out until it becomes translucent. Okay, the onions are looking awesome. So at this point, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, about a teaspoon for right now. I use kosher salt. It has a little bit less sodium in it, but you still get the salty goodness. And now I'm going to add 4 crushed cloves of garlic. And I crushed these just with my handy dandy garlic press. And here's when things start to get interesting. So I'm going to stir this up. I'm using a whisk because later on I'm going to be whisking the white sauce. So why dirty up a spoon right now and a whisk at the same time? So now the wine is reduced. It's looking awesome. And at this point, in a typical Alfredo sauce or any other white bechamel sauce, you would create what's called a roux with flour. But when I am using Philadelphia cream cheese, I look for shortcuts. So why use a roux when you don't have to? So I'm using the cream cheese in place to thicken up and make it creamy. So come on over and let me show you what I mean. What I've got here is 2 cups of whole milk and 1 cup of low sodium chicken broth. And I am just going to slowly pour this in. It's almost like I'm pretending like I have a roux. And I'm going to get this nice and hot. Once it's really, really hot, almost to a boil, I'm going to turn it down and whisk in my softened cream cheese, and I'm using 6 ounces of Philadelphia regular cream cheese. So now the milk and the broth mixture is at kind of a little bit of a rolling boil, and I turned it down to low so it's a simmer, and we're all set. It smells unbelievable. This is like no other Alfredo you've ever had. I've got 6 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese, and it's softened. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of break this up a little bit with my whisk, and it's just gonna melt and be completely silky. So now the cream cheese is all silky. I brought this up to about a medium high, about 2 minutes, just reduce it a little bit till it just thickens slightly. You know, we're not looking for a real goopy sauce. The way I test it is I use a spoon, and I look at that. It just coats it all silky. It's perfect. So it's ready to go. We're gonna just finish this off. You can see how fast this was by adding about 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan or Pecorino Romano, whatever you have in the fridge. And if you don't have any other cheese, then don't use it. You don't have to. It's already as delicious as it can get right now. So we're just gonna whisk that and melt it. I'm gonna turn this down to medium. And then the best part, along with the cream cheese, is the lemon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grate an entire lemon peel into this, which is the zest of the lemon. So here we go, we're gonna grate this entire lemon. When I created this dish, I brought it to work, and the women at work, I work in an office, and they kept fighting over it. I apparently didn't bring enough. And I started to name it. I said, well, what should I call this? Something about lemon. And they said, but there's no lemon in here. And I said, yeah, that's what makes it so yummy. They couldn't believe I didn't have flour in here. They couldn't believe that the thickness was all because of the Philadelphia cream cheese. It was perfect. So this is such an easy side dish. And also you could put this in the oven and bake it and top it with a crumb topping. You could do all kinds of fancy things, maybe even cut up some protein like a chicken, some chicken breast on the side. But honestly, it's kind of perfect the way it is. Okay, so we're all done. So let's plate this. You could just have your family scoop it onto their dinner plates, or if you want to be a little bit fancier, you can get a beautiful bowl and just put it right in here. Come on over and take a look. And I like to top this real simply with just some extra grated cheese. If you have spicy fans, I would highly recommend some red pepper flakes. It looks really pretty and it's delicious. And then I'm also over here just chiffonading some basil so you get some fresh green all in there. And there we go. So thank you so much, Paula. I really appreciate it, and I really hope you enjoy my zesty lemon pasta Alfredo dish. Bye.